Hey guys, it's Sasha. So I started a challenge 1 month ago, and the objective of this challenge was to try and beat the market in the long term, which is pretty much impossible, something that almost every single active investor, active fund actually fails to do. But I thought it would be fun anyway, especially for people to go and watch me attempt to do this. So I went and set up a new account with Stake and put in my £1,000 to do this challenge. After converting it to dollars and getting my free share, in total I started with $1,393.28. Now, if you want to go and get a free share with Stake, feel free to use my link in the description below and you'll get a free share of Nike, Dropbox, or GoPro, which is at least $12.50 as I'm recording this, or as much as $131 if you look out and get Nike, which is not bad at all. All you have to do is to go and create an account and make a deposit within 24 hours after clicking the link, and then you have to make a deposit of at least $50 in order to get your free share. Anyway, I picked Stake because at the moment, in my opinion, this is the best investing app out there for buying US stocks for anyone like me based in the UK. You only have to pay the 0.5% fee when you deposit money or withdraw money, but there are no fees associated with the actual trades, which is where it's different to trading 212 or free trade, which charge you per trade when you're buying and selling stocks. So over time, this will be the cheapest out of all of these platforms, and they give you access to thousands of US stocks, which is why I picked it for this exercise. So I did all of my investing on the 10th of May 2021 when I bought my initial stocks. I have actually done no other trades since then. I've just kept my initial investments. Well, I actually sold a bit of Tesla and then I bought it back 2 days later because I got less than $10 from my GoPro free share sale, and $10 is the minimum that you can go and make a trade with using Stake. I would have actually done a lot better if I just kept the GoPro share, because GoPro has gone up by 28% since I sold it. But I wanted this to be a fair start, so I sold the free share at the beginning just to give me a fixed starting point. So the total value of this portfolio as of today is $1,552.03. That's 11.4% up in just 1 month, which is insane. And I definitely lucked out in a big way because I don't invest for the short term. I don't try to optimize for gaining in 1 month or 3 months. So this just is a lucky accident where a bunch of my investments just happened to jump during this period. I am competing with the US market as a whole as part of this, and I picked the VTI index as the best measure of that. And at the start of this challenge, the VTI index was on 218 points and 43. It is now on 221.02, which is actually not bad at all. The market has gone up by 1.2% in a month, which is above average. It's actually a pretty decent return, but so far I am feeling incredibly smug because I've managed to beat that number by a factor of 10. Of course, my portfolio is much higher risk, and it is going to be much more volatile than the market. So there's going to be massive ups and downs, and there will be months when I'm going to take a huge loss while the market is staying flat or maybe even growing. So wait out for those months. That's when the real nature of this will begin to play out. It is by no means representative this first month of what's going to be happening in the future. So let's talk about my portfolio specifically. But just before I do, a very quick disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just showing you my portfolio and talking you through my specific picks and why I've made them. You need to go and do your own research and make your own investing decisions based on that research. Anyway, now in this portfolio, I've actually had some winners, but I've also had some losers despite the crazy growth that I've had. So first, let's talk about the 3 big investments that I made because they are the biggest contributors. The 3 companies that I invested higher amounts of my money into are Tesla, CCIV, and AMD. Tesla was actually my biggest investment. And in that investment, I'm actually 4.67% down, which is the biggest loss I've taken, which is a bit of a surprise given my overall performance. I bought 0.6 of a Tesla share at $639 and the share price is $30 down since then. I'm actually going to be adding more to my Tesla holding tomorrow when I'm going to be putting more money into this portfolio, but I'm going to have to talk about the specifics of that in the next update. My other 2 big picks have done very well so far. AMD is up 5.8% to $81.31, which is actually still substantially below my much higher target price. So I'm going to be holding on to that a while, and I'm maybe adding to that too. CCIV, which is the SPAC, which is due to merge with Lucid Motors sometime in Q3 this year, had a huge jump, up over 32% in the last month. Now, I didn't expect it to go up that fast. I'm actually expecting this to probably correct back down at some point, but I'm extremely excited by the potential here in the long term. So this one for me is definitely a keeper. Out of the rest of my holdings, I've actually done pretty well. Only 3 of them are down, and these are only marginally down. Apple, Micron, and Etsy. Square has pretty much not moved. It had a net gain of 0.66%, but all the other out of my small picks have done exceptionally well. They've had a great month. I am seeing double-digit returns for Twitter, Twilio, and Adobe, which is much more than I expected in this short time frame. Fiverr is up 21%, which is great, and Palantir has gone up by a whopping 33%. I bought in at a seriously low price of just under $19, and I remain extremely bullish on the prospects of Palantir in the future, so I'm going to be adding more to Palantir despite the price going up this much already. One important thing to remember is that my portfolio is incredibly skewed. I only have 12 companies in it at the moment, which is on the low side to start with, and all 12 are tech companies, which is definitely not balanced in any way whatsoever. Any financial advisor worth their salt, heck, any advice you can read in any kind of book will be telling you that this is a very bad way to invest your money. So as the saying goes, don't do this at home. 2 of the companies that I have invested in are in the semiconductor space. 2 are EV car manufacturers, and 2 are enablers of the gig economy. So if any of these will take a hit, if any of these industries specifically were to take a hit for whatever reason, that's going to have a really noticeable, significant impact on the returns that this portfolio can get. But although it's only been a month, it has certainly been pretty interesting. So out of the 12 positions I have in this portfolio, 8 have gone up, with 6 of them going up over 10%, which is how I managed to get such a huge, crazy average return in just 1 month. This is most definitely not something that I expect to continue in the future. Heck, I'd be actually quite happy with this return on an annual basis. But as I mentioned at the start of the challenge, I'm actually aiming for a 20% per year target, because although that is extremely ambitious, if I was targeting a 9 or 10% return, I may as well have my money sat in the index where I can go and get that on a relatively robust long-term basis without having to do absolutely anything. Now, if you're interested to see what happens with this portfolio over time and how it improves or maybe doesn't, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I release a video. I will be adding more to this portfolio starting tomorrow. And I'm going to be taking some money out of this portfolio or out of some of the companies in this portfolio when I feel that their value is no longer good enough for the extra potential on top to my target price. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about this over time. Thank you very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you guys later.